Well, I'm almost done. The trip is almost over. This is that thick stand of pine. Prettiest part of the hike, I think. And that break in the trees right through there, there's the trail. The end of the trail there, with a little bit of daylight showing through the trees at the end of this stand, is the trailhead. So I'm about done. And I'm thinking, what did I learn on this trip? I don't think much. There weren't any big revelations. I did have an experience with fear. 2 nights ago, the first night, there was this loud, there were all kinds of crazy noises. No, the crazy noises were 2 nights ago. This was last night. Anyway, there was this one really big crash. Crash, 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 boom, being a big thud. And just at that instant, my fire went out. And it freaked me out. I freaked out a little bit, and I reached for my knife, like that was going to do something. Then I just went, okay, Lord, if a bear mauls me, that's what you had in mind. I don't think there's any bears out here. I just didn't know what that was. And in the fire, anyway, as soon as I said, okay, Lord, the fire came back. So I realized there are natural explanations for that. I think the big crash was a tree falling. There's lots of these uprooted trees. There's not one here for me to show you, but I've seen a lot of these trees just falling over, roots up. And my guess is that maybe that's because of the sandy soil. It's hard for them to hold on. But anyway, I'm guessing that's what it was. I had been hearing this creaking, pop and groan coming from that direction all evening. So maybe the tree was already, dislodged and it was hung. And it was, as the wind blew, it was falling. And probably the same gust of wind that blew out my fire is what gave the tree its last nudge to fall. Because it sounded like a tree falling. It was crash, 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 thud. Big thud. Something heavy. Anyway, I know there are explanations for that, but God knew what was in my heart, and that I had been a little bit freaked out the night before, even though, I know there's nothing here. So maybe that's a lesson that I learned. God's there in the midst of my fear, and there's a lot of fear starting this new job. There's a lot of uncertainty. I've got my question is coming back. Do I have what it takes? And I have a lot of fear with that. And I think that fear is not going to lead me to a good place in this ministry or in anything. If I'm unsure, people are going to smell that. So I need to go into this with a stride of faith, that it's going to work, that God's going to bless it, and if not, that He's in control. Not one of fear and, man, my whole career, my whole future rides on whether I can make this work, all that stuff, all those fears I had at the beginning, about, is this a smart career move and stuff like that. I gotta let go of those and just be bold and confident in doing this new thing. So this is a 5-minute video. Way too much, but maybe if there is a lesson to be learned out here, that was it. Let's go get some water.